Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You join us tonight from Las Vegas Motor Speedway for an invitational race. It is a surprisingly mild night. It is 78 degrees Fahrenheit, but the track's obviously going to be a little bit hotter than that with all the trucks that are about to be ground pounding on it, but already, from the exhaust, it is 79 degrees. Qualifying has been a bit slow to have people show up to it, but hopefully, that would be everybody that we need to have here be here. The idea of the invitation is very simple. Have the people show up, see how well they do, and maybe move on to the main leagues. Currently, we're in a bit of a hiatus for the holidays, but those who want to take part will be able to take part. Qualifying has been a bit of a shake-up because of all the people that usually would be near the front aren't currently at the front, and they are as follows. Todd Berry will be your first man on the inside line. Todd Smith from Paradise Racing will be starting second outside him. Jeffrey Radke, those who know him love him. Those who go up against him might not like him as much. He starts on the inside row. And third, Scott Negus, Nova Scotia's finest. He starts fourth on the outside row. Behind him on the inside row is Georgia Zach Bates, running on behalf of Harold Bates Motorsports. Chris Petrell out of the Midwest. He starts sixth. John Petrozel out of the Carolinas in the 58. He starts seventh on the inside row, and outside him, Cody Anderwald of Texas. Marcus Cunningham in the 34, running on behalf of Illicit Motorsports. He starts ninth. Daniel Lyle from the Mid-South in the 911 truck starts 10th. Thomas Grattan, a new face, a young face from New York. The number 1 truck, he starts 11th on the inside row, and outside him is Johnny Williams in the 21 truck. As they start to get underway, you can see some of the paint schemes that we have in the field. Radke is continuing to run that number 3 truck that he ran last time. He may have missed it last time, and well, that's probably because it wasn't broadcasted, but he had a bit of an upset victory at Daytona in that truck. I suppose he wants to carry some of that good luck with him going into this race as well. There's a lot of drivers on the service who think that they're badasses because they drive the number 3.
Huh.
Radke has earned it. And also my manners. Sitting alongside me here is Jeffrey Vickery, the man who makes all this happen, and wouldn't be possible without him.
Yeah, I'm the nerd in the background.
He's a damn good producer. If this was me, this would not even be working. There'd be technical issues every 2 seconds if it was me.
I'm trying. We're getting there, though. I think we're looking pretty good recently, and glad to have you here, Pat.
I'm glad to be a part. I love that. I'm going to be watching that 66 truck. That actually looks really nice. 56 Union 76 car looks real
Yeah,
pretty
the
as well.
56 is nice.
A lot of cool paint schemes. They'll be coming into the restart zone here in but a moment.
Yeah, we got 100 laps. They got 3 sets of tires, so it's going to be interesting.
Yep, 3 sets, 2 over the wall. They only have about 22 laps of fuel. Let's see how far they can stretch it as they take the green flag. Bit of a checkup on the outside line there for 3 cars, but they are underway. They start to pick their individual lines. It is very super speedway-like with the way these trucks run. The Xfinity cars, with a little bit more power and a little bit less aero, ironically, as a consequence, they would not be able to run quite this way. Obviously, drafting and so on is a benefit, but you can run these things pretty much, if not entirely, wide open, especially in traffic. So, as a consequence of that, or I suppose a benefit of that, not so much a consequence, would be that you can actually get away with not cycling out with new tires as much. So the main gambit here is going to be fuel, because they do not have a hell of a lot of it.
Yeah, we're running 50% fuel, and yeah, this track kind of similar to Kansas. I mean, it's a mile and a half, but I feel like if you pit, I think they're gonna have to pit about 4 times maybe, and they're gonna have to do a stint on old tires. So I think tire saving is gonna be big here. There goes Radke taking the lead. Ooh.
Big surprise. He gets a little bit of a side help from the 66. Side drafting each other is not going to help you two, fellas. Oh, there's cars in the wall. Just outside turn 4, I couldn't get a beat on what those two cars were. No caution yet, surprisingly. That was painful. One of those was a head-on crash.
I thought we had it there, but we did not. Jumping back. It looks like Marcus Cunningham.
Oh, that's a big hit.
See if we got it here. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he got a little bit of help from behind. Just way too close.
Yeah, looks like the
Looks like
17 gave him a little bump and right into the wall, the two of them.
yeah, Thomas, it's one thing to run close, but you can't be doing that quite so early.
Yeah.
And that unfortunately learned both of them. Some folks just have to learn, and unfortunately, I guess they learned that the hard way. It's unfortunate for Marcus that he was the victim of that educational segment.
Definitely.
66,
I'm
sorry,
sorry, good.
66 falling behind the 56. Petke falling behind just a little bit, but he's going to have the initial run off the bottom. Cars on the outside row will have the run off the top. You go ahead there, Jeffrey.
Yeah, really good battle up front, actually. Everyone's side by side for a couple laps now.
Yeah.
Got Bates coming up there, too.
66 pushing the 56 again. Zach is looking. He's looking low. He slots himself in there. He's going to try to follow along with the 3. And as I mentioned before, super speedway type tactics do absolutely work here. A little bit of bump drafting, not a whole hell of a lot. But they're both teammates. Oh, God. That could have been dicey. Radke was coming up as the 56 was coming down. Oh, the 10.
Ooh, 55, 94.
That could have been bad. I was a little bit bad at the back there. Negus got the better of it. What exactly happened? I only got the tail end of that. Yeah, so it looked like the 94 was coming up, tagged the left rear quarter of the 10, lifted after he realized where it happened. The 18 didn't quite anticipate him to slow out that much. Tapped him a little bit, double lock goes around, and the 56 thinks the better of it, and gooses it up just to barely gets around the double lot there.
18 in the back hard into the 94, too. And they all just check up top. 99, it's a 00.
Oh, certainly wasn't pretty, but
Ooh.
that could have been a hell of a lot worse. We got a few takers for pit road already, it looks like. At least the 3. Who else is showing up here? The 3, 56. Pretty much all the leaders. I think I see Zach in there as well. Everybody's coming down pit road. I think it's easier to figure out who's not on pit road at the moment.
Yeah, Johnny Williams staying out. The beautiful Jerry Nadeau paint.
Yeah, big ups to Jerry Nadeau. And also, he's even got the font right.
Right? He does good work.
It does definitely do good work. It's a shame what happened to Nadeau with, it was unfortunately literally career-ending accident, but I'm glad that he's still around today to tell the tale. There's a watermelon farmer truck behind him. That's a nice touch. Johnny Williams out of Purvis, Mississippi, hell of a painter.
'94 is back out. I think a bunch of guys, we have one faster pair, so I think a lot of these guys just took them.
If I was with them, I'd definitely consider doing it. There were some pretty bad hits earlier enough for the early half of this race. One of the drivers just asked, does anybody know what the virtual beer hotkey is? He's not got any answers yet. You have to go to your main dashboard for that. The 21 is hitting down pit road now.
I wonder if he was a lap down. It wasn't open for him yet.
That might be what it is. We'll see if he's going to do anything aside from just fuel, but I'd be very surprised if he does anything from just fuel. because he wasn't hit and he wouldn't need tires just about now.
Yep,
Watching him
looks
for
like
the moment,
it
yeah,
looks
just
like just
fuel.
fuel.
So that'll put him at the end of the line, but perhaps that's where you want to be. So this is how they cycled out now for the moment. Daniel Lyle, he leads under caution for the moment. Daniel Radke close behind in second. Zachary Bates, he runs third. David Barry in the 56, he starts fourth on the restart. He started first today, so he's dropped back a little bit. David Barry, Scott Negus, he started fourth today. He runs fifth. Johnny Williams started 12th today, and he runs sixth. Daniel, I believe that's Miglin. I might be mispronouncing that. He started 13th. He's running 7th for the moment. Michael Taylor, he started 15th. He runs 8th. Ray Courtney, also out of Canada, 14th, now runs 9th. And Ray Zerkut started 14th and is currently, 18th, and he's now running 10th. And that rounds out your top 10 cars.
I wonder if anyone took tires by accident. That would be bad.
I suspect a few people took fast repairs by accident. I think
Yeah.
that's what probably happened here, and that happens almost all the time. I've been a victim of that myself.
Yeah, I've been the victim of you pit just for fuel, you uncheck your tires, and then you go around again to get fuel, but you forget to uncheck your tires again, and then all of a sudden you're using up tires and you're screwed.
I've definitely screwed myself out of a few modified races that way, just by doing it that way. You always think you're craftier that when the crew chief when you do that it's like, oh, I'll take fuel and tires separately, and then you
Yep.
forget that you did neither, and you lost 5 spots for no good reason. Pace lights are off on the pace car. That weird looking Audi that iRacing uses to represent it. I still don't know what the hell that is exactly. Lyle will lead them to the restart. Jeffrey real up close to him now, just to let him know, hey, I'm not getting away from you that easily. You know that, right? Zach as well, doing the same kind of gesture. You love to see it.
Yeah, Zach was right up there. I think this is going to be an interesting race.
Well, he does well at tracks like this. Maybe not so much super speedways as such, but things that can do that have super speedway type effects. That's where he's going to be at. And now they go underway. Radke looking low. Hell of a maneuver by him. Definitely amazing crossover, all things considered. Rows are forming behind them. 56 leading the top row. 19 leading the bottom one.
What a side by side. I love it. I love mile and a halves. I know some people don't like them. I don't know. I enjoy them. I enjoy getting in a nice rhythm.
There is something to it. I don't think I don't want to say I don't get it. I absolutely do get it. I'm bad. Let's just call a spade here.
Yeah.
I'm bad. That's why I don't do them. But these guys actually know what the hell they're doing. That's why
Ooh,
I'm not in the.
911
Oh,
and the 3 going at it.
they are indeed. Radke's not going to let him go that easily, but Lyle's not going to let himself get taken alive
Oh,
that
here
easily. They're
comes
about to be
Bates
3
to
wide
the
here.
inside.
Zach thinks the better of it and lifts. But you know what? I would have thought about squeezing myself in there. I'm not going to lie to you. 56 is following the 3 very closely, but he's being patient.
Yeah,
As patient as
patience.
one can
Patience
be.
is the name. I mean, 100 laps. You got a long way to go.
Exactly. It's not until after the 3rd pit cycle where go time actually starts. They're 3 wide now. Oh, the 911 is in the middle of that sandwich. Zach takes the bottom and now
Nice.
is your new leader. 18 following in behind. It's like I mentioned before at Dover. It's the Trojan horse effect. You use the other 2 cars ahead of you to squabble and fight for position. You go, well, I'll just get past the pair of you, and that's exactly what he's
Yep,
done.
that was awesome.
Hell of a move there. He knows what he's doing. 18 now Dogging him from behind, that is Daniel Miglin. He started 13th today, one of the biggest movers of the race so far. Bottom line is now strung out single file. The top line doesn't quite have the energy yet. But do keep in mind, with the recent oval refresh, there's going to be grip everywhere depending on where it gets laid down, right? So they're not going to be running the bottom forever. They're going to be running the top side forever. It's not going to be like an ARCA race at Auto Club where if you're on the top line, well, hey, buddy, you're screwed. Just park it. You're already out of the race. Here, everybody's got a chance somewhere. It just really depends on what happens. 911 truck looks to the inside of the 18. They about door each other. Look at that. Oh, he lifts, but he definitely tapped the rear of Zach Bates' car there. He felt that. There's no way he didn't.
The 911 seems a little aggressive.
He's not.
I mean,
He's
it
not
makes it
letting anybody
interesting,
go in.
but yeah.
You got to admire that. But he's. If I was near him, I'd be terrified.
Oh
But I
yeah,
guess that's kind
absolutely.
of the point. Radke is falling back a little bit. Probably not for too long. He's running 5th at the moment. 56 behind him, now dropping back to 6th as a consequence of that.
Yeah, because I think you can run like 10 laps hard on the bottom, and then it's gonna start showing. So I like the line Radke's in. Dan's in it right now. The 56 is in it. Try to keep a lane up. Try to conserve some tire.
Absolutely.
Oof.
Oh, that's a shuffle and a half. The 18 Ford puts it
Threading
3
the
wide.
needle.
You can totally do that here. He's getting away. Oh, I almost thought I was going to speak too soon. The 98 about shut the door on them, all 3 of them, and about took all 3 of them out. Radke's going to
Oh,
look to the inside the
Radke.
911.
Oh.
Oh, that's going to.
Hard
Oh,
hit.
God. I kind of saw that coming. But at the same time, you got to do something. And Radke went for it. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off, but it definitely didn't pay off for the 911 truck either. That thing is toast.
Ooh. Thought maybe the 3 would get around it, but scroll down here to find it.
Good God, that was hard. Let's run that back. Holy hell.
Oh, geez. Then there was contact. Oh, after the 58. Almost hits Negus. That was before it.
Yeah, it was just a mess everywhere, but
Yeah,
that
there's
is
so
what
much
brought
going
it
on
out.
right there. Let's go like this. Back it up.
Yeah, that could have been particularly bad. 911 not really particularly in a position to really control that truck, I suppose, anymore, because just diving down, otherwise he would take Nikas out, and about takes the 58 out as a consequence of that as well.
Trying to get a better angle here, but it's a little tough. 911. Oh, looks like go.
We get some, let's see here. Some people are complaining about black flags being unfairly issued here. But yeah, there was it's hard to call that. Initially it would look intentional. Um I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying I could see why people think it would be.
Trying to. I lost Radke on my score, and up there he is.
What is apparent to me is I think we're gonna need some black flags cleared. I don't know how to do that. There we go. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Yep. I'm still trying to figure that one out. There's so much on SDK that it's hard to find. And I hit live by accident. I was like, oh no.
It's a cluster, isn't it? A lot more caution in the first half of this race than I personally anticipated. Then again, I was surprised at Dover too when it was green for pretty much 98% of that race. So
Yeah, that was nice.
that's why I don't really predict these things.
Right, so that's a good shot here.
Since we were figuring all that out, I don't know who pit and who didn't. We're just trying to figure out exactly what happened. We're still trying to figure out what happened. But it looks to me like it definitely wasn't intentional. I think he just
No, I
is.
think if you look, I mean, Radke's coming down. He's coming down too. Oh, I hit live again. I would call it
Yeah,
a racing incident. I mean, I think Radke
because Radke
expected him
didn't
to
drift
stay a
off.
little higher.
Yeah, because the 911 dropped down a little bit. The 3 of Radke definitely held his line for what it looked like to me, so I don't think that was certainly not intentional. Bad racing incident, yes. Taking somebody out on purpose, absolutely not.
No.
34. Where's he at here? He's definitely a couple laps down, but he's behind the pace truck. That is accurate, but there he gets one of his laps back. So we should be going green soon, is what that indicates to me. So this is
What's
how
up,
they
Glenn
will start.
Thurman? We have Glenn Thurman in the YouTube chat saying Ola from Missouri.
Oh, there we go. Glenn Thurman, that's I know that Missouri fella actually. That's good that you have you out here. That man does, well, can I just say, incredible coverage of NASCAR,
Oh, nice.
which is commendable given the fact that they're striking currently all channels, including my own. It's very unfortunate. It's all under fair use. We all do our part. Slap Shoes got hit. Brock Beard got hit.
Oh, really?
And what? Yeah, the man who is now covering Derek Cope's story, even better than I did. Leave it to Brock. He does the best work there um, is also getting the banhammer from the NASCAR Media Corps. So do your part. Support folks like Glenn. Glenn is currently working on a story of the history of the number one car. So of course that's drivers like Steve Park and
Oh, yeah.
David Green and now Ross Chastain. So I have to say and support all our work, including mine. If you are so
Yeah,
able
absolutely.
to.
I'm gonna have
Clumsy
to check him
Cardboard
out
on
after.
YouTube. Green flag is out. Zach leads them.
I'm
Outside
actually a
low has
subscriber of Clumsy Cardboard.
yeah, Clumsy Cardboard on YouTube. You'll find the better than ESPN coverage of Tim Richmond's story. And Robbie Gordon himself actually just gave 2 thumbs up to my video on him, as of
That's
just today, in
awesome.
fact.
Nice.
And, and Jimmy Spencer's kid, Larry Spencer the third, hell of a name by the way, has made me the quote of unofficial yet official founder and officer of the Jimmy Spencer fan club. So much appreciated to Larry Spencer for that. And he is going to be probably over these holidays or maybe next holidays spending the time watching the video with his kids. He's going to start making it sort of an event, which
Nice.
I very much appreciate. So thank you to the Spencer family and Jimmy, if you're out there.
Yeah, I love
Um,
Jimmy Spencer. I remember him. It's like one of
his
the guys I
birthday's
grew up
coming up soon.
watching.
Yeah, even now in my younger years, I knew that it was a veteran getting taunted by a young upstart who thought he knew better. There's a reason why, despite the fact that he won the 2005 championship, he went to race for Phoenix. Oh,
Ooh,
that was sketchy there. But
just caught a
unfortunately,
piece of
nothing
that.
happened.
12 car moving
Yeah,
up, Ledoux.
the 12 is looking for spots. He's going to be able to now with that bobble from the 18 and they get into the 66 there. Zach leads again. Look at that.
Oh, 66. Oh,
Oh, that's
oh,
that's a hey, how do you
that
do?
was like a repeat of the last wreck we just had almost.
I could be wrong, Jeffrey, and I probably am. I like to be optimistic about these things, but I think that was his way of saying, "Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm
I
here.
saw what you did back
Oh,
there.
3 wide
I
again.
I can say hello to you too. There you go. The 3 wide going in the tribal.
Shane just did a little mowing down there.
Oh,
Oh,
oh God, they're
oh,
they're
oh,
dooring
oh.
each other going
Oh,
into
they
it.
saved it. Thank God. Ooh,
Yeah, that was sketchy. They're still 3 wide.
wow.
There was 2 rows of 3 wide cars. There's only one row of 3 wide cars about to be 4 wide if the 66 drops back.
Jeez.
Oh
Oh,
no! 911 got into the car up in the high
man.
side. They save it though. I don't know how
No
the hell
kidding.
they did, but they absolutely have. They're bitten into each other an awful lot on the tri-oval as well. Good lord. There's stuff happening everywhere. To be perfectly honest, I can't keep track of all this. I'm trying my best.
I am too. I
Yeah.
mean, I just missed that replay. Damn.
Wow. Just
Bigland takes
incredible so far.
P1.
Yeah, he is currently leading, but not for too long. The 19 is dogging him for everything it's worth. Shane Ledoux up to 13th. Sorry, third. I can't read today. I didn't have my Wheaties.
Yeah, up 13 positions for the 12. So you mentioned Derek Cope. You know what drives me nuts is he
Go
got
on.
that Derek Cope, all right? He got that win at Daytona, right? And then all I
Yeah,
hear are all these people like, well, he wouldn't have won if Dale didn't get a flat. Like, it's a win's a win. Like, what does it matter?
I absolutely agree.
It blows my mind. I'm like, come on.
He will forever be a Daytona 500 champion.
Yeah,
Just accept it. I mean, there are drivers in Indian IndyCar history who have only won the Indy 500. One of which was going to be Billy Boat. That would have been hilarious if that was him. But he would have earned it too. He raced for AJ Foyt. And even if he didn't win any other race in the IRL, he would still be on the Borg Warner Trophy till the end of time.
yep.
You know?
And
Was, you know,
he
go
played
on,
his
sorry.
cards right. He was in P2, you know, and something happened. The car in front of him, he got a win. Like, it drives me insane.
And lest we forget, I mean, this was a team that had no money.
Yep.
Okay, the number 10 car had no money. The engines were leased from Hendrick. They were only able to keep that, I forget up until what race, but fun fact that the race that Derek won, the Dover race, that same season, was not with Hendrick engines. I believe it was from either something that they put together in their own shop or something that they borrowed from another similarly underfunded team to put that win together. Derek Cope can drive. He almost won the ARCA championship in 1985, I believe it was, or 1986. You don't do that by accident,
Yeah.
and you don't
Yeah.
win the Daytona 500 by accident. Oh, 18 gets
Ooh.
a little bit of help from behind from the 66. They lifted. But you don't put yourself in that position by accident. And there was a
Yeah.
lot of people who would have been upset winners that day as well. It wasn't just Cope. And of course, he had one of the best crew chiefs as well, one of Richard Petty's own. I forget his name off the top of my head now. But he had the people and he made the pieces fit.
Yeah. Absolutely. 3 wide back here.
There is Zach is at the bottom of that 3 wide sandwich. 34 in the middle, stuck in between them all, and Ledoux on the outside. 34 thinks better of it and lifts. Thinks I don't want any part of this. He's off the racing surface. He's ducking down to pit road awfully early. He might have short-filled.
34 in pits. Leaders side by side still.
Look at this. It's anybody's race now. The 19 is following behind the 18. He's going to try to Trojan horse again, I guess. That's the thing, when these cars side draft, it doesn't matter if it's these trucks or if it's Busch cars, whatever. 2 cars side by side together are actually slower, believe it or not, than 1 car by itself.
Yep.
So when they do that, yes, they are battling for position, but only yeah, I love this. They are doing the hell out of each other. That slows both cars down. Well, especially if they're destroying each other's doors and bumpers. But aerodynamically, you can't help each other out. You both get no benefit. Oh
Oh,
God, he's
oh,
around, but he saves it. He
they're still
ricochets
rolling.
off of the car.
No caution.
19
Wow.
tries to go for it. He gets into the 66, not enough to bend him too much out of shape. But he is up a spot at least. He's up to second spot.
Yeah, we are on iRacing cautions. The only
Yeah,
way we
these
will throw a caution if there's 2 cars involved, and then it comes out.
exactly. This is just I love this. This is my type of event right now.
Yeah, this is
But yes,
nutty.
we're on. We're on iRacing caution, so basically what that means is we will not have a repeat of the 2022 All-Star race. Rest
Huh.
assured. And we will see to it that doesn't happen. 66 currently leads, but 90 is going to go below the apron a little bit. You can do that here. It's absolutely fine. 66 is high. There's going to be slow on entrance. The 911 is about to split him, though. He's following the 19.
Oh, he's close to that
Right,
19.
right there.
Jeez.
He's showing him the nose. Hey, I want to go there. 19 thinks the better of it and doesn't block him. That drops him down to second. The 66 is going to try to... Nope, he can't do it. He was going to try to cross over on him. He can't do it there. This is just awesome. He's going to get the run off the top side. I guess that's where the grip is now. The 911 can't kind of hold it, but he's going to lose a little bit of momentum on the corner exit. 19 slotting himself down. Well done once again. And that puts him up to first. Oh,
Oh,
no.
that's not good.
I... I don't... I'm actually at a loss for words on that one.
I did
We're
not
gonna...
see. I was looking away at the moment.
I'm gonna run that back a little bit.
Oh, a bunch of netcode in there. Stinks. I hate netcode.
I know.
Good, left front fender.
That is netcode and then some. Run that back once more.
Yeah.
So the 911's there. 66 was holding this line regardless. There is you could fit two notebooks side by side there
Oh yeah.
between. I mean, if that was two actual trucks, the 911 would just slot in front. It would have been still very dicey. He probably would have still been sent. Maybe, maybe not, but definitely would not have been to that extent. I'm quite confident in that much. That is just very unfortunate. I'm gonna call it here and say that he definitely didn't mean to take the 911 out.
No.
If I was the 911, I would have stayed on the apron a little bit and maybe lifted and just gotten behind the 66. I don't think that was a particularly smart move on his part, but I don't believe that was intentional. I do know that there was some discussions between the driver, um, between the drivers as to who was at fault in that particular case. I will call it out and say it. The 66 did say, "Hey, look, if you're in,
Those netcode guys.
that wouldn't be the way that would have been carried out. I don't think that that was the catalyst. And we've seen the way the 911 drives. We called that out ourselves. Definitely very aggressive moves.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sorry, man, but it didn't. And as a consequence of that, he is now 2 laps down, running 13th. We had a few people on that last pit stop cycle out as we were looking over what happened. And as they cycle out, we will see who is in what position.
Radke's pitting. I wonder if he's doing fuel only.
We got is that the 34 pitting again? I can't tell who that is from here.
34. Yep, 34 is in. Oh no,
The
34 is on the
Melanie.
track.
Okay. Is it the 20 car?
Let's see. We got the 99 in, the 18 in, the double zeros in, and 3's leaving.
So
Oh, 20
I was looking at
car. Yeah, 20's
I was
out.
looking at it. I was looking at a weird angle,
Oh,
so it looked like a 20 to me. My apologies. So as they are for the moment, As the pits have cycled out. Todd Smith, no doubt going to be a controversial figure at the end of this. He's going to be restarting first. Michael Taylor started 15th today. He's now running second. Cody Anderwald, or Anderwald, I guess as you might prefer, he started 8th today. He's running third for the moment. Jeffrey Radke, who started third, has had some trouble holding his line on the outside line, or at least getting it to stick up there, and no doubt the cautions haven't really helped his long run capabilities. He is now running fourth for the moment. Zach Bates started fifth, led for quite a while back there, and he's now running fifth just for the moment. Danny Veitch, a Canuck with a lot of moving. He has been starting 16th, and he's now running 6th as it stands. Scott Negus, Nova Scotia's finest, number 10 truck. He started 4th. He's now running 8th for the moment. Chris Luttrell started 6th, running 9th. Nice. And, oh, hold on. We've had some more cycling out. Okay, I stand corrected. Jeffrey Radke will round out your top 10.
I'm looking at Radke's picture here. I don't think he's old enough to drive that truck.
Let me see this once.
I think that's a baby.
Oh, yeah, no.
I think that's mini Jeffrey Radke.
I think so. You know, it's one of those things where I've noticed in motorsports recently where there's been what pundits call test tube drivers, I think is what the term is. That's mostly from lower formulas. With guys that come from Formula Ford and Formula 3 and so on. I mean, these are kids. I mean, they're not even old enough to hold driver's licenses, and they're already at the age of 14 driving Formula 3 cars.
Yeah.
I'm in my mid-20s, guys, and first of all, I wouldn't be able to fit in a Formula car, number one. But number two, I don't think anybody in their right mind would give me the keys to one now, and these kids are doing that. But you got to keep in mind, these guys have been doing it since the age of 6. But if I'm looking at that picture right, that's not a 6-year-old. Okay, they'd be too small to even be able to reach the pedals in a go-kart. But I suppose that's what makes Radke, what do the kids say now, is built different? Is built different? That's probably why he's able to do the things that he's able to do. The pace car is off. The pace Audi, whatever you want to call it, and the 66 will lead them to the green. A little bit of a slow start from the outside line. That may or may not be because of older tires, but nonetheless, that is what happened there. The 94, beautiful Valvoline truck, then in here in second, and that'll drop the 98 to third spot, and then fourth will be inherited by Zach Bates. So he will gain a spot on that restart. And he's going to gain another one. He's got the inside line of the 98. That'll bring him up to third. The 14, bit of a Trojan horse type affair. Once again, takes advantage of the squabble up ahead, and he will move himself up to fourth. Very well done. And look at that.
Ooh,
56 with the same idea.
Comes. Oh.
He's moving.
Oh, he was jiggling.
Yeah.
It's weird SDK showing Smith in the pits. Our timing tower here.
Yeah. 19's going to take the bottom line. Can he make it work? The 66 is a little bit helping the 94 up top, but you don't really need a whole hell of a lot if you can get the grip on the bottom. Looks like he can. 19's going to have the run into the entry of the turn. The 66 is going to be side by side with him in the middle. Is he going to be able to make it stick off the top? He can, but that is only going to stabilize both the two cars. Again, they're side drafting a bit, so if the 94 can see an opening, he will take it. 19's going to stick the bottom once again. The 14 falling behind the 19. Clear all around. New leader once again is the 19 car of Zachary Bates. Good work, man. 66 and the 14 are going to be duking out for second spot. 66 is going to get the run off the top. 14 not too far behind.
I wonder if this is Bates' track.
I haven't really discussed that with him. It's funny. He's been doing a lot of things that are out of his element recently, and from what I know, and he's definitely going to correct me after the race on this, speedways aren't really his thing. But maybe he's got it figured out with the trucks here. I know he's been able to figure out the trucks better than I can. The 66 glued to the back of the 14. I thought we were going to see some more heavy contact, but that's going to give the 14 the run because of that push. Is it going to be enough to pass the 19, though, is the question. It's going to be cleared. Yep. 66 is going to have enough room off the top. Oh,
Glenn Thurman saying his money's on Smith.
Money's on Smith, huh? Yeah, well, I could see why. I'm not a betting man. Lord knows if I was, I'd be out millions upon millions of dollars, but yeah, he could be a safe bet. And I'd like to give a cigar award to the 66 for some of the maneuvers he's made on track today. The man can drive and he can drive close. And it might be a mile and a half track, but there will be some close racing here. And that is the type of driving you have to advance position. You can't be defensive all the time. Yes, it helps you save tires and fuel. Yes, it helps you give a little bit of breathing room for when pit cycles do, and well, no, potentially do come out, regardless if it's a green flag or a yellow stop. But you do have to take opportunities when you can.
Oh, he is all over that bumper, that 66.
That's it right there. He's just
I
letting him
feel
know,
like it
look,
more
I'm right here.
anxious
Three
watching
wide.
than driving.
I would be terrified in that car right now. I'm not going to lie to you. They're still three wide. Oh,
Oh,
God. The 21 makes contact with the 94 truck. Thankfully, it lifts, and the 94 is able to save it.
that was good, Johnny. It looks like you got back on the track too and didn't spin out or cause any more issues.
Very good. 56 was going to look low on the 19. Thinks better of it because that would have killed both of them, so good play for not doing that. 14 looks low on the 56 truck. He doesn't quite have the room. Yes, he does now. He's got him by literally a quarter panel, and he doesn't know more. Almost would have been fighting for second. They're about three wide behind them as they go into the tri-oval. 94 stuck in the middle here, but they can hold it.
Chris gets by on the inside.
It's a simple paint scheme on that double aught truck, but I do actually quite like it, to be honest. Something about it. It's almost like, how would I describe it? I don't want to say NASCAR Thunder Fantasy Car because that initially sounds like an insult, but there's something about those types of paint schemes, especially back in the PS2 days, that I liked, so maybe that's why I'm a fan of the way it looks the way it does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something
yeah.
about that I enjoy.
Zach is still running that low line. I'm surprised.
I guess the grip hasn't changed much.
Yeah.
That or he's just able to stick it better than some other cars. The way that the tires scuff on some of these oval cars, even if the grip does change, you might be just inclined to stay where you are. You know, these are all fixed sets. I should have addressed that earlier. These are all the same truck, effectively, despite the fact they're all under different manufacturers and paint schemes. But that's what makes this interesting as far as pit cycles go, because that will then determine what driver does what and what their skill will determine for how they can lay it off in the race. But as well, because of that, it means that there isn't any kind of particular advantage in terms of what car will do what at particular points. Which is to say, some people might want to run a looser truck so they'd be a bit better on the higher line. Some people might want something that's a little bit tighter so they can stick it in the middle perhaps or whatever else. They don't have that. It's all just what the track allows them to do and what the truck set up by default that they all run, all the drivers who run, will do. So it is especially interesting when things like that go on where, as you pointed out, sticks to one groove, especially with the oval refresh. You'd usually be searching for grip wherever and however you can, but if you're already comfortable where you are, I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
14 is going to have to give up the spot here, and that will put Zach up to second spot.
This is what I like too. I hope this continues this long run.
Yeah, it's been fantastic racing so far. I don't know when they're going to have to pit next, but I suspect it'll be sometime in the next, correct me if I'm wrong here, 8 laps?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, probably sometime in the next 8 laps they will have to do a green flag stop for at least fuel, if nothing else.
Ooh.
A bit of a bobble there between the 18 and the 14. Nothing drastic, just a little bit of contact, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Zach is still reeling in the 56 car of David Berry.
Yeah, so the 18 is 3 laps down. I think he's trying to get his lap back naturally. 66 on the back of him, let him know he was there.
Double Ott's going to force a 3. 18 should think the better of it here. Come on, use your head, man. Let him go. You'll get your lap back. He does. Double Ott slots in between them through the middle. He saw a hole and went for it.
00 moving on up.
Look at him go through the tri-oval. It's like he's got an afterburner lit.
Yeah.
Good God. Hell of a move by that guy.
This could have been that tire saving.
Absolutely. I think it's paying off for him now. He might be able to try it again. He's going to try to get the draft from the 14. He's going to look to the middle. 19 drops back a little bit. No, I guess he's going to stay in line. Fair enough. Clocks in front of the 19 car. The 66 is going to be looking low. He's going to look through the apron to get around the 19 car, and he does.
Damn, look at Chris go.
19's going to get the shot off the top, though. They're side by side for the moment. The tin fin is no slouch. It's certainly no bottom feeder. He's going to get that top line. They're still side by side for the moment.
Get the 3 pitting.
Yeah, that'd be about now. That'd be looking pit road. Jeffrey's got the right idea. These guys are going to have to give up spots, unfortunately. They want to keep battling. It's not going to be good for fuel or any kind of pit strategy if they don't within the next 2 or 3 laps at the absolute best. Jeffrey's trying to shortcut, it looks like. Or not short, undercut. Jesus, there we go.
Getting tires.
Tires will last quite a while. I mean, theoretically, he could just run that set till the end and probably get away with it. It'll just kill him on restarts. I don't want to speak too soon on what'll happen, though, so... You know what? Jeffrey's got that NASA computer next to him. He doesn't need me to tell him anything at all.
Boot up the server. Running calculations.
Yeah, exactly.
Projected P1.
Glenn Thurman, if you're still here, can you do some investigative research onto Jeffrey? We're still not 100% convinced whether or not he actually works for at least an ARCA team. You're good at research. I know you are. Find that out for us if you so generously could. Danny is in a very close battle with the double lock for the moment.
Yeah, they're still side by side. 14's
It's
got
cool
an
to
edge
see
on
that
him.
truck out here again. Yeah, he's going to edge him out on the top line. That's a cool truck. For
Yeah,
those
the
that weren't here
14.
for the Dover, for those who weren't here for the Dover race last time, that is a throwback to the TRD Stadium and Baja trucks of yesteryear, primarily in the 80s and I believe the 90s as well. From drivers such as Walker Evans, a many time Baja 1000 champ. Let's just call a spade here. A lot of history with those trucks. Very cool. Evan Evans, also history with Toyota in his own right. Is the son of Walker Evans, of course. Unfortunately, who did lose his legs in it was a car accident. But despite that, with hand controls, was able to win the short course off-road truck Lucas Oil Series, at least with 1 or 2 championships, if not a couple more to his name. Despite that, sort of an Alex Zanardi on dirt, if you will. Really cool family history, very cool truck history. And Danny's been a hell of a mover all day. You know what? It's a tough economy, but let's give out a second cigar award to that kid right there. Started 16th today, and now is not only charging up to the front, but he's right behind the leader.
Yeah, he's been holding that position too pretty good.
He's just been working his way up, little by little. Things are going to cycle out a little bit here, of course, with the pits opening up with drivers any moment now. Speaking of, called it. Here comes the 14 and the 56. 19 behind him.
Ooh.
18 almost getting into the back of the 19 there. That could have been sketchy. So that is what's going to make things kind of interesting. But yes, I think that is going to be a man to watch. Because he's just been, like he was at Dover. There was a little bit of help from the 18. But just like it was at Dover, you know, he came from, frankly, out of nowhere. And was able to be front running. I forget where Danny finished, but I do recall he was in the top 3 and definitely top 5 for quite a while last week. So it's going to be really interesting and really cool to see where he ends up today. The double auto Cliff Ratrell, he inherited the lead, but he will be coming down pit road with the 99 behind him.
56 out first, followed by the 66, then the 19.
Now, Radke undercut. He's passing the 66th, leaving pit road now, which means he should gain a hell of a lot of spots here.
Yeah, so he must have figured out, he must have to pit one more time. They all have to pit one more time, I would assume.
I think you're right, because the average, if you're just sitting parked, you only get about 22 laps of fuel. So in the race, it's probably closer to, let's be generous and say 20 laps, maybe
Yeah.
19 laps. So he had to undercut it to gain some spots. He was falling back anyways, so he thought, oh, what the hell. The IBM Deep Think Blue says I got to pit now, so I'll do it now.
System calculating.
Yeah,
Optimal
your percentage.
found.
You require 8 gallons of fuel. David Berry is currently your leader. He started this race. He was your pole sitter. He's now running first. Claire Switrell, the double lot, is running second for the moment. Jeffrey Radke, who started third, is now running third. Todd Smith started second today. Hard runner, very close runner, a fan favorite tonight, it seems like, which is really cool to see. He's running fourth for the moment behind him. Cody Anteveld started eighth. He's running fifth. Running sixth is Shane Ledoux, who started 17th. Zachary Bates, who started fifth, leading for quite a while. So now dropped his way down, for the moment at least, to seventh. Scott Negus, Nova Scotia's finest, started fourth tonight, runs eighth for the moment. Michael Taylor, the man who we haven't had a lot to say about tonight, he's running just inside the top 10. He started 15th. He's running ninth. Danny Veitch, a man who I'm looking forward to tonight, starts 16th, and he is currently running 10th, and that'll round out your top 10 cars for the moment.
Yeah, after that pit cycle, it seems like Chris had the biggest advantage on it.
The 66 was hoping for a little bit more. He came in hot and he left pit road hot, but he did gain some spots, but not quite as much as the other fella did, that's for sure.
I wonder if something happened to 14 too, because he was up there too.
He's falling back for the moment. As is tradition with green flag stops, the field is a little bit strung out for the moment, so everything is going to be just entirely reliant upon how people can manage their tires to really maximize grip. There's no real, say, Todd Smith type action where you can intimidate or press L2 to intimidate. It's going to be you and the track for at least quite a while. Radke is now up to first spot. 56, not letting him go that easily, though. He's going to try to follow in behind. He is in the slipstream. A drop down to the bottom. The double lot behind them. 66, just taking his time, trying to be careful, still getting himself up to speed. Not take himself out of contention early. .66 will have the run off the top. Will he be able to stick it? He absolutely does, and that'll move him up to third spot behind David Berry. He's still got the run. Look at this man go. He's got a hell of a lot of energy. He's going to be able to stick it on top. Over the 56. Can he get in the tri-oval? Can he pass him on the outside like Ron Bouchard? Not quite, but he's going to be able to be side by side with him. Very impressive nonetheless. Look at him go. He's going to get it. He sticks it out the top, passing on the outside. Love it.
I wonder if they're conserving, because they had a little fresher tires than Radke. I wonder if they backed off a little to save fuel.
There's no way they're fully utilizing. Hell, I don't even think Radke is fully utilizing it. Look at that man go. They're waving to each other right now, in my mind. They're waving to each other. I'm here. I've been here since the start. You're going to see me here again. Right over the bumper of Radke's truck. Look at that. Well, they were waving before, but now they're knocking on each other's doors. He's looking outside. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. Just a little bit. He's going to get him by a quarter panel here. Just the very edge of it. Not quite, but
We have
damn
Speedo
near.
Sam saying, I'm not banned.
Well, hello, Speedo Sam. Not sure why you would be banned. We didn't ban anybody from our chat recently. The
I'm not sure.
66 makes the move on the 3 car. Look at that. So I think I'm right in saying that's the first time he's led this race. I haven't really kept track of all the laps everybody's led, aside from Zach's, but
I think Smith has
regardless,
led.
has he led before? Okay, this
Yeah.
is not his first rodeo. They will have to pit one more time. So I suspect that's probably going to come around lap, if my math is right, which is probably wrong. I barely squeaked by on workplace math. They're probably going to be lap 90, or at least 88. So it's not going to be like this for too long, but Radke knows that. 66 probably does, but he's going to think better of it and just go, hey, fuel is an expendable resource. I may as well use it now, and I'm going to lead some. And people want to see that man tonight, so you get all the airtime you want, my friend.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Radke has to pit first. I wonder if they're going to follow him.
It's the only option that they're going to... Well, not only the only option they're going to have. If they want to undercut it, if I was the 66 and I saw Radke going in, I definitely would too. Because you may as well take advantage of the fact that you're going to be cycling out early. Everybody else is going to have to. There's nobody that's going to be able to string out to the end. In which case, if they cycle out, say, 5th, or even 6th and 7th, respectively, after the pit cycles, okay, by the time that the cycles are going to be done for all the other drivers, they're going to be in the top 3 along side by side, and they are going to be duking it out, and definitely will be able to have the fuel to duke it out. It's going to be interesting to see how Radke reacts to that. You can kind of see his reaction already. He must have heard what I said. He's trying to stick it on the bottom. For a second, I thought he was going to pit... Oh, he is pitting pit road now. Okay, that was a weird entrance. He about missed the commitment cone. But he is coming down. Now, the 66 doesn't know this. Or at least, certainly, I don't think saw it. So it's not going to be joining him just yet, I don't think. Couple other cars leaving pit road. '66 not opting to pit road yet. He's got the leeway to do it. Strictly speaking, he doesn't have to. There's nothing really beholding him to that, but it is certainly a creative option if you so choose. And as we mentioned at Dover, the only real way to beat the leaders, okay, if it's not outright outright speed, it's going to be with being off the alternate strategy, which initially may look really weird to a lot of people, but over the span of, say, like 100 laps as we are now, it's not that strange because you're going to be off cycle to them. You'll have different tire strategy and everything else. You can play your cards right and be smart, and you'll be able to lead the way that way. So you might be running 10th, but hey, if you're able to leapfrog people by undercutting a lot, or hell, if you can make it on the distance on fuel and or tires, and you can overcut perhaps 3 or 4 laps more than you ought to have otherwise, again, something we also saw over last week, then you absolutely can find yourself in a position, if not in second spot, outright leading the race.
Yep, we got Luttrell in pits. Marcus coming up. Yep, Marcus is in pits. Marcus is 4 lap. Kind of name's the lap down.
Danny Veitch appears to be hitting the pit road as well. He is 5th for the moment, but that won't last, obviously. Currently, as they run, for the moment, Todd Smith, he leads, started 2nd today. Cody Endeveld started 8th, he's running 2nd. David Berry in the 56, he's running 3rd, he started 1st today, he is your pole sitter. Pickups to that. Scott Niga started 4th. Nova Scotia's finest is running 4th for the moment, running where he started. Johnny Williams, another truck that we haven't really talked about a whole hell of a lot today. He started 12th. He's running 5th. Fourth, Danny Veitch is running. Started 16th, running 6th for the moment, and Ray Courtney, also out of Canada, running 14th. Started 14th, running 7th for the moment, and that rounds out the cars on the lead lap. Radke, for the first time in a very long time, is actually a lap down, which is kind of weird to read. I thought I was misreading that at first. Somebody is requesting a black flag cleared. I don't know what for, so I can't really...
Yeah, we can't clear because it could be from pit road speeding.
Exactly. We've had incidents like that before, where people have abused fast repairs and people have abused black flags, so we cannot do that. 5 cars on the lead lap as they cycle out. Todd Smith still not showing the nose to go to pit road. If you want to hold that lead, man, you better do it soon, because you're not going to be able to get it after this. Oh, he's thought better of it. I guess he heard what I said. He's coming in now. 56 behind him.
'56 going fast or '66 going slow?
Looks like the 66, I think, might have actually been going too fast, and he tried to pump the brakes there to avoid getting a black flag. I don't know if they... Did he get black flag?
I'm not seeing it.
So it hasn't been black flagged. Okay. In that case, he successfully avoided it. No, it looks like he's getting hold for 40 seconds. Getting held for 40 seconds.
Yeah, anyone on YouTube, if you're watching, you got to hit that gear icon and change your quality to HD, the playback. Quality's 1080, 60 HD. Actually, you can probably change that. We're supposed to be doing 1440, so.
And while you're there, I heard that the best way to improve the quality of your live stream is hitting that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you nothing. Support the channel, support what we do, and a like if you really like what you saw tonight. So far, I think it's one of the better races we've had in a long while. We've always had great content as far as that goes, as on-track stuff, but this has been a complete 180 versus what I kind of expected things would go, so hopefully the folks at home agree and show your say. Todd Smith, after being held on pit road, unfortunately has thrown away, let's just call it what it is, any kind of chance he had at winning this one. I don't say that lightly. I really do feel for him. If I was in there, I'd be pissed. I'd be seeing red right now. I don't know what else I'd be doing except just riding around with one-handed with my other hand on my fist going, Christ, why did I do that? I'd be like Paul Tracy at the 2003 Miami race, just cussing live on air. I really would be.
Yeah, that's one thing we won't clear blacks for, is speeding in pits or exiting pit.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is officiated both by iRacing, first off, but second, well, you sped in pit road. Why would we clear that? You can't do that. This isn't 1986. You can't just go down full speed down pit road and cut yourself some time that way. Just can't. But you really do hate to see it. But the undercutting strategy for Radke has worked. He started 3rd today. He's running 1st for the moment. He's all by his lonesome. There's over a second, close to a second and a half difference between him and Cody Underveld in the 94. Chris Luttrell, the number double out car, he is behind them by quite a ways. Scott Negus, he is behind the 21 car, who I believe I'm right in saying is at least a lap down. So that is not 4th position, but he's running 4th for the moment. David Berry, your pole sitter, is running 5th. Zachary Bates started 5th tonight, running 6th. Hard charger all day. Michael Taylor started 15th. He is running 7th for the moment. Shane Ledoux in the 12 started 17th tonight. He is running 8th for the moment. And Danny Veitch, Nova Scotia, Canada, started 16th. He's running 9th for the moment, and that rounds out the cars that are on the lead lap. Ray Courtney, driver that we haven't said a whole lot about tonight, also from Canada. Not sure what parts in that tartan, I guess plaid, number 99. Very much a Canadian paint scheme. I guess
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
like it.
Canucks love Toyotas. I don't, more than even I thought, and I've lived here for quite a while. I'm used to seeing F-150s everywhere from where I am, but anyway, they're sort of 14th. They are 10th for the moment, a lap down. Johnny Williams, he's running 12th, and as I mentioned earlier, he is a lap down. He's running 11th. Todd Smith, unfortunately, due to speeding on pit road, that cost him big. He started second tonight, and would actually have had a very good shot to win. Huge big ups once again to that guy. He's running 12th for the moment. Daniel, 18th. He started 13th, and he is running 13th, 3 laps down. Marcus Cunningham, the watermelon truck, the number 34, started
Love it.
9th. He's all the way down to 14th. I do love that pace scheme. It's even got watermelons all in the bed right there.
Yep.
Maybe that's what's slowing it down a little bit. Just toss some of the other guys. Lightens your load and gives you a chance. Maybe you'll get your laps back that way. Like Robbie Gordon pulling parts of the roll bar out to give himself a caution back in 06. Suddenly I get the feeling I won't be getting 2 thumbs up anymore after saying that, but I'm going to call it. It happened. We saw it on TV, Robbie. Come on. That gap that was once enormous is now not so enormous, just over a second between Jeffrey and Cody for the moment. This could be the battle for first, but it's definitely going to be down to the wire now.
Coming to 3 to go.
The final 3. Things are still pretty spaced out, though. It's going to take another lap to even shorten that another half a second, probably, and that's assuming whatever the tire grip is currently at, which to be honest, I'm not too sure of. It's not looking likely otherwise. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Jeffrey Radke holds a very strong and competitive lead. The 99 is behind the 94 there. That is not for position for either truck. If they're looking to get their lap back, it's kind of foolhardy, but thankfully it looks like they're just riding behind. The 99 did lift. Didn't try to pull nothing there. Yeah, it's just over 1.2 seconds between Cody and Jeffrey for the moment.
Looks like he shrunk it a little. He's at a second right now, but
Jeffrey's lifting quite a lot. I mean, it is literally just over a second now. It looks like he lost a lot of speed coming out of 4. I don't know what that was about. Oh, sorry, out of 1, excuse me.
the 99 trying to push him along.
Come on, get up there, get up there. You're the only man who can stop him now.
Coming to the checkered.
And coming around for the final time, Jeffrey Radke in a number 3 truck. He will be your winner once again. Cody Entefeld, second spot. A 94 truck started 8th tonight. Chris Rittrell started 6th. He finishes 3rd. That is your podium drivers. Scott Negus, a Canuck in the top 5 tonight. Started 4th, finishes 4th. David Barry, your pole sitter, wasn't able to make it work for too long. Unfortunately, he'll have to take 5th and hope that suffices. Zachary Bates, hell of a drive all day from that guy. Awesome drive. Started 5th tonight. He's going to finish 6th. Shane Ledoux started 17th. A lot of moves on that guy's part. He finishes 7th. And Michael Taylor started 15th. He will have to accept finishing 8th. Once again, just another side 66, man. Sucks for you, but you know what? Better luck next time, because I know you got it in you.
Yeah.
A lot of people tonight are going to be pulling for him.
So you pull Luttrell and Radke up at the same time. What do you think?
Sure. Let's let them talk each other out here. Talk to each other. Hello there. Okay, they're both in here. Yes, they are. Chris and Jeffrey. It's going to give us a rare opportunity to have 2 drivers talk to each other, but I suppose we'll talk to each other individually first. You're the winner, Jeff, so you can stay aside for the moment. Chris, let's talk to you first. How you doing there, big man?
I'm good, thanks.
What was the strategy going into the final few there? They were kind of pushing it toward the end finally. Yeah, I'd actually like your paint scheme out there. I'm a sucker for simple paint schemes, so big ups to that. But what is it that what was your strategies like for the last couple there, for the last 30?
Well, the last stop I got 2 tires, and, the second stop I didn't get any, and I think Jeff got some, so it put me behind there. But that was fun, felt fast, passed a lot
Looked
of trucks,
fast.
it was fun.
Yeah, I saw
There
you
was a
moving a
moment.
bunch. I was like, damn, he's flying right up there.
I mean, it was very impressive when you made that move from the middle of three wide to go into the trial to make the pass on both those cars. But you had so much energy coming out of the turn. I thought you had an afterburner lit. You were going up to, I believe it was for second spot or at least third for the moment when that happened. That was really cool.
And I got up next to him 3 or 4 times, I could not get it done, couldn't get past him. Jeff had us covered, though. Congrats, Jeff.
Yeah,
Thanks, Chris.
that's Jeff using that NASA supercomputer to figure out his fuel strategy. I saw you were undercutting a lot there, Jeff.
Well, yeah, once we got down to around like 44 to go, I realized we have to pit twice regardless, so I just cut it in half. I did pit at 40 and pit at 20. The last stop, I took 2 tires. That was a split-second decision. I realized through that first run on 20 that it really didn't hurt the lefts that much, and the time gained in the pits would be helpful, which it was, put me out to a decent lead.
Now, both of you can answer this one. Was there more of an advantage in taking tires, or was it just better to just ride it out with the ones you've had?
After about 30 laps or so, the fall off was about half a second. So that first undercut, whenever I undercut them, was about 10 laps before they finally all started pitting. I was running about a half second faster a lap than they were, even as a pack.
That's fair enough. Chris, what say you to that? What were you reckon of that kind of tire strategy?
Yeah, the 4 tires, you could just pin it on the bottom and run wide open, and anything else you had to let off, so you just slow down that little bit. If you were with another car, I mean, it helped, but it didn't overcome the Jeff's 4 tires.
Fair enough. Another question for both of you then. For instance, for like the 19 car, we noticed they was sticking to the bottom for quite a while. Was the grip changing much at all on the track and throughout the race?
Not really that I noticed, no. Even tire fall off wasn't that bad. It didn't really start setting in until about 30 laps, 40 laps in.
So
Right,
there
I
wasn't
started
any
getting
inherent
tight.
advantage.
What'd you say?
So there's no real inherent advantage for just sticking to the top for a little while and then going down to the bottom. It's just where you run is where you want to run, kind of a thing.
Pretty much, yeah. The dirty air plays a factor. Get real tight out of 4, but I didn't really notice any kind of wear difference between bottom, mid, or top.
All right, fair enough. Congrats to you once again, Jeffrey. I don't think Victor, you got any other questions for these two?
No, I was just been clicking around trying to figure stuff out over here, but good race. That was awesome. I was watching the undercut. I'm like, how's this all gonna plan out? And it worked out good.
I'm logging notes for the championship race.
Yeah, so the championship race is 50 more laps than this one. Do you think that's gonna play even a bigger difference on tires?
Same amount of tires.
Same amount of tires.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to wait.
Wait a long time before you use them.
Yeah.
I waited until 40 to go before I put my first set on.
Ooh. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I was thinking that I was like, oh, it's a lot of laps for only 3 sets, but it might make it interesting.
It will for sure. I think my right front was a 67
Ooh, wow.
after 60 laps, so
Yeah, at least
definitely.
at least it's not blown, so that's good. I think that'll do it for us for tonight.
Okay, that's yeah, that'll be good between you two. Thanks for coming out and doing this and talking to us for a little bit.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
guys.
See everyone next